Welcome back to Between the Tracks with the one and only owner of the iconic Made in Compton store, Bone. How are you today?
I'm good in yourself.
Good, good, good. Absolutely. Looking forward to sharing some more information. What you got going for us today?
We gonna share some clips from back in the day off the MC8 album, and we gonna just give you the narrative of what was going on at that time in the studio.
Okay. Um, all right. So you want to start with a song here that I have here, or what's the name of the song?
Uh,
Today is between the tracks. I know sometimes it's just like that because I'm like, I know is on Wednesdays that if you don't know, we have a podcast called The Game Ain't Safe, and Bone speaks about uh, entrepreneurial and business, and it's geared for teenagers, 13 years and older. And he has a book that's called The Game Ain't Safe, as well as he's dropped two CDs, absolutely the double CD in the last year. This one, this two, entitled "The Game Ain't Safe," and of course, there's merch in the Made in Compton store, hoodies and T-shirts, absolutely. Today is Between the Tracks, and if you don't know, Bone is also a music artist from way back in the day. Yes, indeed. So, if you like, we.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we're gonna play "Don't Move."
All right. And with that in mind, you want to give us some background. Don't move while I load that track up right here.
Yeah, "Don't Move" was one of the songs off of Tony Small's album. It was with Young Buck and Skip from UTP, and it was an amazing time we had in the studio that night. My partner brought Young Buck and Skip through. They was on the tour bus with Juvenile, and we went to meet them in Gardena. And then we all came back to the studio in Compton, and we recorded "Don't Move."
Wow. And really quick, one quick question. When you make a song, absolutely, do you already have everything together? Or is it one of those things that you guys just like to synergize?
Yeah, they synergized because they came in and they had Q play some beats, and then they picked the beat. Then they all got on it fresh. All of them, went to writing after they picked the beat. They agreed on the beat, then they took off.
Oh, wow. That's pretty neat. And just for future reference, if anybody didn't know about different places that you could find your music, what would you tell them?
I say mainly you can find it at the Made in Compton store, or you can order it online on micpt.com. Because a lot of the other places where you can find it, they not really even authorized to sell it. We had people repressing our stuff once it started taking off and it started having some significant value to people overseas. We had started having certain companies that was just repressing our stuff and selling it, making it available to the public. So if you don't get it from the source, it's not paying us. It's not getting back to the people that contributed to that creativity.
Wow. Absolutely. Wow, that's serious. And with that in mind, just want a quick thing as well. You do have this one, this two online at micpt.com. And to note that it is in USB form as well as CD in this form. And do you have a quick story about that, really quick?
Yeah, we was all just vibing. That was when Young Buck at first got signed to G Unit, and he was still running with Juvie. And then Young Buck had came and stayed with us like for a day, and then the next day he had got signed to 50 Cent. It was crazy. It was like we watched him skyrocket his career. He went from doing great to doing greater.
Nice. That's a new one. From doing great to doing greater. That part right there. All right. So we're going to listen here to Don't Move. And the beats done by Yo Q as well?
Yeah.
Nice. Yo Q on BeatStars. You want to check him out. All right. So we're going to play this right here.
One shot to your dome. One shot. This motherfucker. Shit is down for life. W-I-N-C. Come on. My nigga Bone, West Coast. Shit is down. Tony Small. We put it down. Don't stop with a low. Shit. Fresh up in this motherfucker. Come on, move. Hey, low, that nigga don't exist no more because of me. Then I left the judge in his fucking mug and said it was a me. Find him in an alligator pit, ain't alligator shit. One thing in life I was taught thorough. Hate a snitch, down and gritty. Pound the pavement, pound your city. Bite nipple and suck and lick round the titty. Don't fuck that, all I know now is go. And motherfuckers talk bad about you when you ain't got it. So when my balls get wrinkled, down is conflicted. All up in your eye sockets, stay out my pockets. Y'all gossip like bitches, so all I hang with is bitches. And these bitches harder than y'all, and a little smarter than y'all. That's fucked up to say, but it's the motherfucking truth. I sell YOLO on school campus to all of you. And watch your little pissy crackheaded asses skip classes. When you fuck with peer pressure, that's what your ass get. Tell that bitch.
Don't make a motherfucking sound. Just keep your face down while I make my rounds. Cause all I'm trying to do is eat and burn you bitch ass niggas with real heat. Don't move. Don't make a motherfucking sound. Just keep your face down while I make my rounds. Cause all I'm trying to do is eat and burn you bitch ass niggas with real heat. Like you talking hot.
Absolutely. So what was going on back in when that song was created?
You know
What?
what? I got to take all that back because I got the titles mixed up. I don't have the album sitting in front of me. That was the one he did with J.O. Felony. That wasn't the one he did with Young Buck and Young Skip. So that was a whole nother story. J.O., he came to the studio and he was already lit. Man, he went inside the closet in the hallway because he thought that entered into the room. He thought that was the vocal booth. We looking for J.O., looking for him. And something told me, go look in the hallway. I open the closet. I open the closet and he in there. I'm like, J.O., you got to come around and go through the bedroom. It's in the inside. And he just laughed at me. And then he got out the closet and went in there. But then he was like Edward Scissorhands when he got in the booth. He knew
Wow.
his shit. You just had to point him in the right direction.
Absolutely. J.O. Felony. Shout out to J.O. Felony. Absolutely. For real. Yes, indeed. And that is amazing. I interviewed him some years ago, like probably about almost 10 years ago. Yes, indeed. He is so much fun. Absolutely. So, I mean, he has serious records and everything. Definitely. He's a gentleman and down to earth. Absolutely. And he's just wants to, do great and help people. Help people like some people say, oh, well, no, I don't want to be on the track with you, you don't have enough credits for me, this and that type of thing. He was not like that.
Not at all.
Absolutely. So, and I mean, I had a tiny office back in the day in Bellflower, and he came there to get interviewed because the schedule just wouldn't work when I was at Inglewood at the radio station out there. Yes, indeed. So yeah, shout out to JL Felony. All right. So with that in mind, yes, indeed, you want to share some more information about the next song?
Yeah. Uh, the one that I wanted to play with Daz Dillinger it's called My 9 Milli. And
Mm,
that's
that
the
might
one
be
we
a
had the little video clip to.
I got you. So yeah, we'll have to probably see about that next week where you have video footage and that's the one where the game is in the video.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
yeah, okay. I forgot we didn't get that ready.
so
It was another clip that had Daz Dillinger in it.
okay, yeah, we'll feature that next week because I'm just privy to that right now. Amen. Okay. Well, yes, indeed. But just with that in mind, you want to give us some history about like when was this time frame when you all were making music again?
This was like 2004.
2004. Got you, got
That's when
you.
we was working on this album, the 8 album.
I see. And I know it was just recently, I think maybe because we did a podcast on Friday and it was a throwback Friday. Well, we call it flashback Friday. Yes, but for people that may not have heard about that or tuned into that podcast on this past Friday, can you speak about Factor House Records? Like, what was that about? Because that's on the premise of the Made in Compton store. But yeah, seems
Yeah.
to yeah, people don't know that you're a music artist.
Factor House Records was started in 2002. After I started hanging with A going to the studio, I caught the bug. And then I wanted to create my own label so we could have, some history in the music scene on the West Coast. And I asked A, would he do a record? And A
Mhm.
said, yeah, he'd do a record. So I actually signed him for 3 records, but we did it with an option out after each record was completed if either parties wasn't satisfied with the performance.
Mhm.
So once he signed up for the record, I started looking for younger talent because I wanted him to be like the marquee act, the flagship that kicked the label off. But then I wanted to keep going. I wanted to find local talent and get some new guys a chance, some cats that I believed in. And that's
Mm.
when I found Young Menace and I found Reeves. And
Mm.
we put together the Strong Arm Criminals. And they was next coming out the bat. And we started working on their record, but we never finished it. And it's
Mm.
crazy. I had somebody in Russia hit me on Instagram and they was asking me, could they get a copy of the Strong Arm Criminal album?
Mm.
And I was like, well, we never completed that project. And he was
Mhm.
like, man, that's a bummer because I heard a couple songs and I know it was going to be fire. And it was because we had actually did like 6 songs and then we had start, putting a lot of stuff off because Menace, he started, doing other things and even went so far to one day that he told me, I ain't a rapper, I'm a street dude. So,
Mm.
we kind of put that project on ice, but
Mhm.
we always was ready to put the battery jumpers on it, the charger, and jump that project back. But situations happen. We all went our separate ways, and then Reezy untimely demise when he got killed. That just really like put everything on ice for good.
Mm.
And it was just one of them things. It was like one of the best things that almost happened but we just couldn't get it past to the finish line.
Wow, I got you. And I'm not sure if anybody asked you that lately, but do you think that you would make more music with Factor House Records?
Yeah, I've been talking with Chili Mac the boss, and he been sending me tracks, and I just hooked him up with Q on B Star so he can go check out some of Q stuff. So we got some stuff that we thinking about cooking for the future.
Nice, nice. Absolutely. Shout out to Yo Q. And that's YOOQ on BeatStars. And let me see if I can share his page really quick because definitely we play about 99.9% instrumentals from the one and only Yo Q. Absolutely. On all the commercials, advertisements that you see from the Made in Compton store. So let me share that really quick there, Bone, and then we'll take a commercial quick break. All right, here is Yo Q right here. Yo Q, and he has a plethora of instrumentals and lots of music for sale here on, and he's a just a wonderful producer. I mean, there we were just talking about MC8. We just played a song. Absolutely, he's worked with so many people. You want to check out Yo Q. And I have over like what 3,000 videos on Made in Compton brand on Instagram, and many those instrumentals are from this one and only young man here, Yo Q. Absolutely. All right, so we'll be right back with a commercial. And shout out to the one and only 105.5 and 107.1. The one and only Centoria has her own magazines and radio. And this is a drop from her radio platform.
Who plays the best music? We do.
That's we are live 105.5 mobile radio 24/365. One big party.
So look. All right. Yes, you want to tune in as well on Friday. We have a plethora of items for you. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Bone, you have the floor.
Yeah, to straighten up that error that I did earlier, we're gonna play "Killing Folks," the song with Young Buck and Skip on it. But before we do that, I want to say, Made in Compton store is the home of Compton in the Box. Compton in the Box is still the best thing going. Off already competitively priced items, we give you 50% off if you sign up for the basic, custom, or deluxe. The deluxe is actually a little more, but it's so close to 50, we don't want to say 49. But Compton in the Box is the best thing going. If you want to get some great products, high quality, and you want to get some good accessories, high quality, sign up for Compton in the Box and get that 50% off.
Absolutely. Now, what's the backdrop or the background about this music? Because it definitely has a strong title. Can you give us some background?
Well, they was talking about killing folks with the music. They was just saying like it ain't really no competition when it comes to the music. But then, in the verses everybody gave their own story. And Skip, he was like really the one that really amazed me because the way he said 357, he said he got a check for 357. It's 3:57 o'clock, and he's trying to get he got his 357 on his hip. And he's saying if the first 357 check don't get cash, he gonna pull the 357 off his hip and the dude gonna get blasted. So he just crazy wordplay and crazy stories. It was just them having fun on this beat. And again, it was Q on the beat.
All right, let's check it out.
My life, nigga. Nigga, UTP. Highland Grove, nigga, the Cali, nigga. Skipping this bitch, UTP. My nigga head in halfway. My nigga Young Buck in this bitch. What up, man? It ain't even going down like that, nothing easy at all. Ain't nothing fucking in nothing. I'm the hand-to-hand transaction king. I can eyeball that much and know how much it'll bring. So Neptunes ain't fucking with me. I could turn a brick and a half into a couple of keys, but I won't fuck with the weed. That's too much time, not enough money, too many seeds, so I really don't want to fuck with the weed. But I could like triple my money if I fuck with this key. It's 1.2 with a key, off of 2.2. Put it on the paper, let the water soak through. That's the type of shit I go through, day to day. I'm a pioneer, I paved the way. And I gotta get mine right now today. Off of every quarter you owe, I need a dime a day. And I ain't trying to hear all them promises. You gon' be dead, I promise it. Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks. Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks. West Coast, I know nigga. See me, nigga, this Young Buck. Ride or die for you, come on. See, I've been doing this. Who in this bitch know about? White smoking pies on the Chevy T, you blow 'em out. I represent the niggas turning pennies to 20. For sure. Riding down Crenshaw with my enemy with me. Dirty South boy, Tennessee born and raised. Still take 100 bricks and have them gone in a day. Believe, yeah, give me the word, then believe I'm coming. 2 choppers in a shotgun, believe me. What's up? Know what Juvenile did? He exposing thugs. Drop that whole song and let niggas know what's up. Fuck them, I'm getting rap money, but I'm still a leader. I'm the reason why them things use they nose and leaders. Till I'm 6 feet deep, we gon' thug together. Come on, TP, get money, fuck bitches, whatever. Come on. Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks. Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks.
Walk on the room, staring at candles, thinking about my fascination for chrome handles. Assholes to Glasgow's, loud and silent. My attitude's maniacal and violent. Still magnolias, avoid the rollers, and I'm trying to put 6-pack of Coca-Colas. Whoever owes us, best respect my mind. grind, holla at me. You know the prices. Drought in your spot, it becomes a crisis. Sets it off, all bets is off. We smoking greens that make you cough. The brokerage firm, tax your long term. Whatever y'all make, we double the earn. Say over's my hustle. I'm ready to tussle, whether killing enemies or serving CDs. Come on,
Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Yo, turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks. Cut the beat on, click call the radio, shoot the video. You don't hear me? Turn up the volume on your stereo. To get your attention, we gotta start killing folks.
All right, now I heard where he slid in there the CDs or MP3s. Absolutely.
Hey,
Oh my goodness. And yeah, that'll get anybody's attention to see the title of that song too.
man.
Lord
And we had
Jesus.
a lot of fun that night.
Now, is this the CD that had the situation that you were sharing on another podcast about the samples were sent and when you were getting a distribution?
Yeah, this the one.
Man, so they didn't even get the song, the people, the customers back in the day.
No,
Ah,
a lot of people didn't get this record. This is one of the records that was like almost like a detox record that didn't come out because it came out and it teased them because this was the most features any MC8 album had on it. Me and 8 went back and forth about the features because he said he didn't need no features, but I wanted to bring features to it so we could attract a bigger audience, some fans from, some of the people that was on it. So it'd be more, the magnitude of it would be bigger. And
mm-hmm.
this was, I think, really like one of his better albums. He had a lot of good records, but I think this was one of his better albums. It was one that was slept on because it had never really come out right.
And the title of this record?
Smoke in the City.
Absolutely. And it's available inside the Made in Compton store. All right. Wow. Absolutely. So you want to share more information or you want to conclude this podcast and come back next week and we have video footage of Dad's when he was younger?
Yeah, we can conclude because, we gave him enough. And then, we can tighten it back up and give him the footage next week.
Mm-hmm. Because you have more songs about how many songs is on? It's a lot of songs on this city. Smoking the City CD.
19 songs.
Yes, absolutely. So we have plenty of music. Right. Well, definitely. If there was anything else that you wanted to share for this podcast, Bone, what would you like to share?
I like to say we got the bomber jackets in, and we finna get the Not Like Us short pants in for the summer, early for the summer. So stop by the main Compton store and see what we got new.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that in mind, everybody have a great time and
Peace.